Hello everyone, Von Marie here and welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to be making a project today using Teresa's One and Done new sentiment stamp set that coordinates with the die that we have already at the Not Too Shabby shop. So you get really pretty sentiments like sending a smile, and here is that die that coordinates perfectly, and I love all the fishtail ends and stitching. So you get wishing you a lovely day, and you have just different fonts so you can stamp these in all the colors that you want. You can then die cut them with the die, and so I'm going to use some purple today. And I wasn't thinking, and I just grabbed a pretty purple ink and it's a dewdrop, and it's going to be pearlescent purple. Here it is, and it's Brilliance, and it's a pigment ink from Sukaneko, and I should have dried it with my heat tool right away because it smeared a little bit, but that's okay. I ended up drying it, and nothing got too ruined, so no worries. And this is white cardstock, 110 pounds, and I'm just pushing it down, and I do love this purple. It's really pretty and it's really juicy. So I loved inking this stamp set up from Teresa, and this stamp set is called a Little Sunshine Stamp. So really pretty name, and it makes me smile. You have everything on here that you could need. Hope today feels brighter. So just a way to lift somebody up. There's also just a little cheerful hello, and just everything is just so nice. And so I love that. I love sentiments, and here's me drying it because it smeared a little bit where that of is, and I'll just have to use like a white gel pen or maybe an eraser to erase that. And so here are my sentiments, and I just love them. A little sunshine for you, wishing you a lovely day, and warm thoughts always. So you can put that with coffee maybe. And I have a note, let's see, a note to make you smile. And so I have all these sentiments ready to go, but I am going to also stamp them again. And I'm going to use some products from Not Too Shabby shop as well. All of these are available at the Not Too Shabby shop, and I will have everything down below for you. So I decided to grab some purple cardstock and try inking these sentiments up with some black ink. And you can also heat emboss. And so yeah, I'm just going to be stamping and making tons of sentiments so that I have them ready to go in every color you can imagine. So that so if you see them a lot, it's because this is just an amazing stamp set, and look how pretty it is. And so now we have purple in two different ways. Now I love purple, and now I'm going to use the die again to cut those out, and you just decide if you want your sentiment more in the middle or the left or the right. So here they are again, and it's so fast and so addicting to make so many sentiment strips. I love it. And also this die is just brilliant to have anyways because it corresponds with the A2 card fronts at the Not Too Shabby shop. So you'll want to grab this set. It's just perfect. And I'm just putting all my sentiments together here. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to color up this cute little bear, and I started off with Memento black ink here, tuxedo black ink, and I'm using some Altenew alcohol markers, and it was going good, and I was liking how my bear was turning out, but I decided to later add a Copic marker to it because it looked a little spotty on my photo, and I didn't want that. So that's okay, just to go over it a little bit. And now I'm going to pick some papers, and this is from the Serene Escape 6x6 paper pad, and Sometimes Jamie has paper pads for deal of the day, and I believe that's what I got this one. And isn't it pretty with those lavender flowers? And she's holding a lavender, some stems there, or so she's holding some lavenders, let's just call it that, in her hand. She has a lemon dress on, and I thought, since she's in purple and yellow, why not use two paper pads today? So I'm also going to use the, let me see, Squeeze the Day, or no, not Squeeze the Day, a Zest for Life 6x6 paper pad. And I just love these stripes and this pattern here with the lavender flowers. And I'm going to use this die set. I was going to do a mini slim, but I decided not to, so I still like the stitching and the way it cuts out this mini slim line, so I'm going to use that for my card today. And this is an A2 card, and I am also going to cut out my yellow paper there, and I thought, why not cut out two, and then we'll pick out a sentiment and we will layer onto a A2 card base at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So here we are with what we chose, and I'm just going to glue those somehow onto my A2 card base. I wanted a little bit of the brown to show. Since the bear is brown, I wanted a little bit of brown. And I'm just using my tape runner that I have, and it always is from tape glue runner, and I have a few on my desk, and some of them are running out. So if you see me struggle, it's because that one's probably the one that's running out. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I can get this panel on here. I know it's hanging off the end. I'm gonna cut that in a bit, but I wanted that a little bit of brown, like I said, and then I'll just cut the other excess off. So really wonky here, which I love. And now I will just glue that on and cut off the excess, and we're going to try and leave a little bit of brown on the other side as well, because I want some brown as well on there. And yay. And like I said, I like the edging. You can also use a trimmer, or if you have a A2 die, it works well too. And so now I'm going to use a tack punch from my stash, and I'm going to cut it because I don't want that big tag on my A2 card. So I'm going to cut it, but I'm also going to cut some pattern paper, and it was looking too purple there, so I had to break it up somehow. So I am going to add some pattern paper, and I cut a square, and I'm going to put it like a diamond, you know, turn it so it's like a diamond. And now I will glue everything together. I found some ephemera from the Squeeze the Day set, and I like that sentiment as well. So it's gonna say, thinking of you with a smile, and then squeeze the day. And I'm just gonna put that bow ephemera on my tag, and then we have our card almost finished. Yay. And I have my card. Let me see. Oh, okay. I was looking for my card. I have it out. And just gluing my bear. And so my bear is going to look a little bit darker because, like I said, it looked a little bleachy, like like pieces on my bear looked kind of like spotted, and so I had to go back in there and color over that. And so I will probably have another card to share, so make sure and stay tuned and check out all the inspiration that we are sharing using Teresa's One and Done sentiment and die set So a little sunshine stamp is just perfect, and you're going to want it for your stash because I love all the fonts and the sentiments, and I know you will too. Here's a close-up, and I'm just going to add some enamel dots there, or I did, and here is the sentiment, and dice it. Have a wonderful day.